but I won't. Okay. Ooh. Hey, hey. Ooh, I ain't got my water in here. You bring me water. Hey, everybody. Hey, Keisha, how you doing? Let me see. Let me look at my Facebook and my YouTube peoples. We back, y'all. Hey, Blue Jay, how you doing? So let me check, make sure you guys can hear me. On Facebook and YouTube, let me know if you can hear me. Yes, Elizabeth, finally, I'm back. If you're on TikTok, I'm sure you can hear me, but let me know if you can hear me, please. Okay, good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so, hey, Genteria, your paperwork will be done tonight, okay? I'm sorry, I've been dragging. A lot of stuff been going on, but I'll have it for you tonight. All right, y'all. So I hope you guys don't hear too much of an echo or anything, but I am back on Facebook and YouTube. I'm so excited. I'm so happy to be back. I had some technical difficulties, and those are now over. So I'm back. So thank you guys. Hey, Dwight. And so if you are new to my channel, please follow. All right. So we are getting towards the end of the year. So the only thing I plan on talking to you guys about is your taxes. Okay. I know there's been a lot of talk about what to expect, and I want you guys to ask me questions so that you guys can know what to expect. Okay. I'll tell you something that changed from from last week into this week. If you have a personal Cash App, a personal PayPal, a personal Venmo, I think it's Venmo. Yeah, Venmo. Then it is possible that you will receive a 1099K. Okay. I know you guys have seen a lot of people saying that these 1099s are only for businesses, but that is not true. Okay. They is the IRS. They are going to ensure that almost every single one of you receives a 1099K. Okay. So I'm going to give you some examples, and I'm letting y'all know they are looking. All right. There's an article in the New York Post today. Individuals who are buying Taylor Swift tickets are reselling the Taylor Swift tickets to other people. And guess what? If you make a profit of $600 or more, your boy won his money. And your boy is Uncle Sam. Okay. So I'm just making sure y'all know now that there's going to be a lot of you are going to receive a 1099K. Okay. I don't know who this is. I'm not accepting. Okay. So I need y'all to understand that, because a lot of you are thinking, oh, I'm good, I'm not going to get one. Yes, a lot of you are going to get them whether you are supposed to receive them or not. Thank you, Miss Violet. Thank you. So some of y'all are going to receive these even though you did not expect to get one. So I need y'all to be prepared. All right. Another thing, and I said this last week, and the IRS keeps on saying this, and they're not just saying this for nothing. They are telling you to not rush out and file those taxes, to make sure you have all of your documents when you do your taxes, because there are going to be some audits this year. Now, they didn't say that part, but I can tell by the way that they keep on inferring and putting it out in messages. Okay. Another thing, if you are a business owner, okay, this is something new that also came out, and it came out today in email. The IRS is sending emails, and they are looking at individuals who have S corporations. Okay, now a lot of you may not have S corporations, but for those of you that do have S corporations, they are looking specifically at S corporations because they have a great way to hide money. If you are a regular 1099, hey, Nicola, hey, Big Momo, if you are a regular 1099, if you are a regular independent contractor, Last year, they were really looking at you guys. Now, I would say that that's not gone away. Okay. So if you are a regular 1099, you're an independent contractor and you earn more than $400 in the past year, you need to file. Okay. All right. OG Bootsy says 400K salary and below will not heavily be investigated by the IRS. Now, I'm going to say, OG, I do a lot of individuals who are under 50K, and a ton of them got audited. So I will wait. I will reserve my judgment until tax season. So if you're a tax preparer, please let me know what you see, but I'm going to be curious of what's going to happen. The IRS says that this new 87,000 employees that they're bringing on over 10 years is supposed to catch the rich. Well, it's catching a lot of middle class and low income, okay? And it's definitely going to catch a lot of middle class and low income. So if you consider yourself to be middle class and low income, you don't have a CPA, you don't have an accountant, you do your own taxes, or you go to some local person, this is the time that you guys are going to need and want to be involved in what is going on with your taxes, because it could come back and affect you. And yes, if you leave out your 1099s, they are definitely going to audit you. Hey, Mimi, thank you. I am back. Thank y'all for being patient and waiting for me. Please, I appreciate it so very much. You just do not know. All right, let me see what y'all saying. Ms. Violet says, exactly. He is watching and waiting on his money. Yes, he is. You also says, yes, they've hired 86,000 new agents. Okay, they hired 87,000 new agents, and they're going to add on 10,000 a year. So for the next 10 years, they're going to bring on 8,700 people. Okay, so 8,700 is going to start this year. They've already hired. And if y'all don't know, because see, I'll be bored and be looking at everything. Those employees that they hired for the IRS, man, those are some 20-year-old kids. Okay, they are children. So if you don't think that they got time to be all in your business, they do. They ain't got nothing else to do. They didn't hire no 40 and 50-year-olds that's going to turn around and retire in the next 10 years. They were smart. They got 20-something-odd-year-olds because they know that they're going to stay. If they can at least get 10 years of good work out of them before they leave, before they wear them out. So I'm just letting y'all know. Okay, who said I'm glowing? Well, let me let y'all know what I've been doing. Okay, so I don't know if y'all been doing this, but baby, I have just discovered Vaseline and all of its greatness. So if you see me glowing or looking a little greasy, your girl don't put some Vaseline on, because I'm just trying to, keep these, y'all see them. I be smiling too hard, so I be trying to, prevent from getting Botox. So I'm putting the Vaseline on. Okay, so if I'm looking a little greasy and everything, that's what it is. Okay, I promise it's not a new man. It's not. All right. Let me see what else y'all saying. Blue Jay says, do I still got to file taxes if the company went bankrupt? Also, company in California was paying us $10.99. Yes, you have to file taxes if you made any kind of money. Any kind of money. Doesn't matter if your company is not around. Now, I'm going to tell you where you may slide through, Blue Jay. If your company went bankrupt, a lot of companies, they just like, man, we're getting out of the business. We don't have time to report nothing to the IRS. And a lot of times, these companies won't even turn over your information. They are supposed to turn over W-2 and W-3 information. If you're a W-2 employee, they're going to turn over W-3. And if you're a 1099, they're going to turn over a 1099, an information report to the IRS, okay? What I need you to understand is, Blue Jay, and this is for you and anybody else, if you or your company went out of business and you think you don't want to file the income. Now, I'm not telling nobody not to, okay? But if you don't want to, the best way to make sure that the IRS doesn't have that information is to, I'm sorry, y'all. Damn, I thought I put my phone on silent. The best way to do that is, let me put my phone on do not disturb. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm back. So the best way to keep the IRS from getting in your business is to create you an account. Now, last week, I told y'all to email me if you got lost. I ain't gonna say her name, sweet homegirl, but homegirl went and created her account, and she was looking through all of her stuff, and she realized, like, well, damn, it's a whole lot of stuff I never added. Okay, and so they done let you slide in the past. They're not letting y'all slide now. So Blue Jay, if you want to know if you should file that income, now, yes, you should, but it's up to you if you do it or not. But the best way to know is to see if they turn information in on you. I've seen people, they don't turn in information. They go out of business. They don't turn in nothing. But yes, you are supposed to file. Okay. All right. Okay, Blue Jay, thank you for saying that. Thank you, Game Over. I miss y'all too. All right, another thing I'm gonna let y'all know that we finding out about taxes. I did 2 amendments today. If you are a parent and you have a child in school, please do not try to separate the filing. Please file married, filing joint, because if you have a child in school trying to receive financial aid or student loan, excuse me, they are going to make you, sorry, I need some water. They're going to make you redo your taxes so that they read the way that they should, or your child will not receive any financial assistance for school. Okay. So that goes out to people who are married. If you are not filing correctly, your children will not receive their student loan financial aid money. Okay. All right. Let me see what y'all saying. I'm becoming a VITA volunteer next year. Woo, woo, woo. Congratulations. So if you guys are interested in learning how the IRS does taxes, you can volunteer to do VITA. VITA is the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance. It is for low income and the elderly. Okay, they do military too, but you can go, and the IRS, basically they train you on exactly what is supposed to be done, and then you do it for the public. And it's a good way to get training, because a lot of y'all are doing businesses and the people that are training y'all ain't even telling y'all all the truth. Okay. Another thing, if you are interested in doing taxes, y'all know it's almost tax season, but I do have, let me see how many slots I got left. I have 3 slots left. Okay, so if anybody wants to start a tax business, you're interested in starting a tax business, I can help you get your software, get your bank set up so you can do your advances, and teach you the right way to do taxes. Okay, all right. Okay, does it apply to step parents? It only applies if the child is in your home. So if you are a step parent and the child lives with you, they are your dependent, that child needs to be on your taxes, and you need to file the correct way. No more married filing separate and head of household. There's not going to be 2 different ones anymore. They want you to file married filing joint. Okay, and if you've been wrong, and they catch on, they will make you go back and correct all those past year's taxes. Thank you, Olivia. I miss you guys too. I have been on TikTok. I have not been here. Please, thank y'all for being patient with me. Hey, girl. Hey, Joe. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Look at y'all. Everybody showing up. I appreciate that, y'all, so much. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. All right, if you want to learn how to do taxes for your own business, or you want to learn how to do taxes for yourself, all you got to do is send me an email. You can hit the link in my bio. If you're watching on TikTok, I'm going to get you together. Thank you, Elizabeth. I appreciate that. All right, I know that's right. Okay, so it says, I have 2 college kids, single. Can I claim them if they will claim themselves? Pros and cons. Yes, you can. We talked about that last week. This is probably one of the biggest misconceptions that a lot of you guys have when it comes to doing taxes. You can claim a child, and that child can file their own taxes. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all an example. If you have a child that is in college, okay, or you have a high school student that is 18 and they have a job, all right. Now, if they work and don't pay any taxes, no federal taxes out of their check, there's no need for the child to file, because they're not going to get a refund. If they worked and they did pay taxes, yes, they should file their own tax return first before the parent does, because on the paperwork or in the software, as soon as the person puts their information and their address, it's going to ask them, can or will anyone else claim you on their taxes? The child should check the box yes. When they check the box yes, that means that they are not going to get any earned income credit. And then when you file parent, step parent, auntie, whoever, grandma, whoever you are, you're going to claim them as a dependent, and then the earned income credit that they would have gotten, you get. And the reason I'm telling you guys to do that is because a lot of you do not want that money going to your children, because y'all know they're going to spend it up. Same thing if the child went to school and they use and they're going to do the American education credit. They're going to do any of the education credits. It's 2 of them, American education credit, and somebody help me with lifelong credit. If they do those credits, those should be filed by the parent, the person that's claiming the dependent, because if you don't, that child is going to receive the $1,000, especially for the American education credit. It's $1,000. So if you don't care that they get it, cool. But if you want it because you know you're more responsible than them, then please make sure they file taxes first and check the box saying that somebody else can claim them on their taxes, okay? Empress Toya, I've been here. I've been on TikTok for the past couple weeks, not on Facebook, but I have been here. Okay, so I hope that cleared up some misconception for you guys, because a lot of you do not claim. A lot of y'all also do not claim individuals who are on disability. Just because a person is on disability and they don't normally file taxes, it doesn't mean that you can't claim them as a dependent. If you look on the tax software, look on there. It will ask you when you're claiming a dependent, is this person disabled? If they are, it doesn't matter the age. They can be 50, they can be 60. As long as they're disabled, and they live with you, okay? You meet the requirements for residency for them to be a dependent, you can claim them. I'm bringing this up because a lot of you do not add your mamas and grandmamas as a dependent when they get disability, okay? If you want to become a Vital volunteer, send me an email and I will get you the information for the person that's in your area, okay? Hey, Shay, how you doing? That's right. Game Over say hit the like button. Y'all hit the like button, share all that wonderful good stuff. I appreciate you very, very much. And hey, Miss Darylyn, I miss you too. Okay, let me see what y'all saying. It says, if I'm an Uber driver and I work a W-2, do I file them separately? You are going to put them in separately, but you will file them on the same tax return, unless you have a S corporation or a corporation. Some of you already created your businesses, and some of you want it to be S corporations. Some of you want to be corporations. If you are an S corp or corporation, you cannot file that on your personal taxes. You have to do something else. But if you are a W-2 and a 1099, we have a lot of Uber drivers, a lot of Lyft drivers. Yes, you can file that on your personal taxes. The W-2 has a special place on the form, and your 1099 has a special place on your form, okay? So yes, you will need to file that. And that is why I want you guys to create your account at the IRS website so that you can see the paperwork that's been turned in on you. And they have until January 31st. So when January rolls around, you can start checking that IRS website, look at your portal, and see what has come in under 2022 for you. You are going to see 1099s. Cash App is going to be in there, okay? And that's for everybody, all right? I don't care if people talking about, oh, that's just for businesses. I'm not believing that. It's for everybody. And if you read how the news articles are putting it, they're being very vague for a reason. And they're being vague because they know the system is broken. And even if you're not supposed to get a 1099, you still will. Before I answer a question, I need you guys to understand this. The reason that I'm stressing that you guys check that IRS portal is because some of you are going to be paying money or paying taxes on money that you should not. Okay, the Cash App doesn't know what should be taxable or what should not be. PayPal doesn't know what should be taxable and shouldn't be. And if you did not list it as friends and family on PayPal, then you're going to have to pay. But Cash App doesn't give you friends and family. Zelle doesn't give you friends and family. Venmo doesn't give you friends and family, if I'm not mistaken. I don't use Venmo that often. Okay, but if you don't have the option to tell them, how are they going to know? So before you just go and quickly add that to your taxes, make sure you verify that all of those transactions are supposed to be counted. If they are not, then you have the responsibility to call. This is what's going to be crazy. This is the part I can't wait to see. Can y'all imagine trying to get on the phone with PayPal and asking PayPal to correct your 1099? How many millions of people are going to be calling PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, and Zelle to correct their 1099Ks? It's going to be quite a few. And if you don't correct it, the IRS is not going to. Okay, so the IRS is going to take whatever you say. If you say all this money is what you need to pay taxes on, that's exactly what they're going to look for. So it is up to you to be good stewards of your own money and to make sure that you are not paying taxes on something you should not. All right. And that is what I am concerned about. Starlight, VITA volunteer. VITA is the volunteer income tax assistance. It's for individuals who want to go and learn how to file taxes and do taxes for the elderly and low income in your area. Do something that feels good. Okay, do something for other people. All right, I've done it for the past couple of years. I do have a VITA location, so I actually see VITA customers. I'm not going to see them this coming year, unfortunately, but it is a great rewarding job, and you learn how to do taxes the right way because the IRS gives you everything you need, okay, to be A1 when it comes to doing taxes. All right. Tanya Green says, can you explain the filing for kids again? All right, one more time, because I know some people I didn't get it. You got children and they work. If they pay taxes, you can file them on your taxes, and they also can file their own taxes. Okay, children who are dependents, if they work and pay taxes and they're your dependent, their social should be on 2 tax returns, theirs and yours. Okay, IRS does allow you to get money because they know that you're still taking care of this college student or this high school student, but they also allow them to file taxes because they worked and paid taxes. I know I told you guys, and if y'all don't remember, I did taxes for a 5-year-old. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She was 5 years old, and I did her tax return. Now I know y'all probably going, ain't no way. Yes, she paid taxes out of her check. She's an actress. She's a 5-year-old actress. She pays taxes out of her check. And yes, homegirl got a tax refund. Now it went to her parents, but she got a tax refund. So anytime you work, I don't care if you work 2 days on that job. If you paid taxes and you paid them $1.25, I want my $1.25. Okay. So that is what I'm trying to get over to y'all. And I'm also trying to get over to y'all that you can add the kids too. Okay. Let me see what y'all saying. Even if the disabled person is collecting permanent disability, they can still be claimed. Absolutely. Yes. People who are on SSDI, Social Security Disability Income. If you know someone that's on Social Security Disability Income, that is their income. Most of the time, they don't pay taxes out of it. And even if they did, it doesn't matter because Social Security Disability pays less than the federal poverty line. So you can claim that person as a dependent. Yes, you can. The only rule is you got to make sure that they qualify as a dependent. Now, I can't tell you that. You're supposed to know. The IRS operates on the honor system, okay? So they can live way across town, but if you say they're a dependent, there's no way for us to know. Why? Because one, that person don't file taxes anyway, okay? Even if the IRS sends them or the Social Security sends them checks and they live in a different address, that doesn't mean that they're not a dependent, because the IRS says that a person can be a dependent if more than 50% of your income goes to taking care of them. So if you're taking care of this person, they may not live in the same house, they can be a dependent. That goes the same for you guys that have parents. How many of you have parents that y'all take care of? A big chunk of your money goes towards taking care of them. They may be on disability. They may not be working. Some of y'all need to look into seeing if they can be claimed as a dependent, but y'all need to ask the right person, not some of these janky tax preparers that y'all going to that don't know how to read the IRS publications, okay? So again, y'all hit the share and like if you have not. I appreciate it. And let me see what they're saying. All right, it says, can the disabled person file their own taxes and still be carried as a dependent? A disabled person can file their own, yes, a disabled person can file their own taxes. I'm going to tell you why. A disabled person, when they file taxes, they are not, more than likely, they're only going to get 1 or 2 types of refunds. 0, or they are going to get only what they paid in taxes back. People who are on Social Security Disability don't get any more money. There's nothing else for them to take. So there's only going to be 2 types of refunds, 0, or they're going to get what they paid in taxes back. So if a person gets disability, yes, they can file taxes, and yes, you can claim them. But remember, they need to file before you so that they can check that box saying that somebody else can claim them. If somebody else files taxes and they don't check that box, when they e-file, IRS locks that Social Security number. So when you try to file it, it's going to reject. So you have to make sure that you tell the person to check the box saying somebody else can claim you, so that you can e-file and send that social twice. I hope y'all understand it. If y'all don't, let me know, okay? If y'all want to do the Vital, like I said, let me know. Jimmy, don't send me no messages on here. We ain't friends. All right, game over. Is there to consolidate my parents' bill to one card? I seen none. They were both disability by law, but they don't want to listen to me. Is there a way to consolidate your parents' bill to one card? Are you talking about IRS debt? Let me know, game over, because I'm not sure exactly what you're saying. Say that one more time. Text me, type that one more time, game over. I could not make that out. Gentiri says, can both parents claim a child even if they don't live together, but both take care of the child? No. Remember, a social for a child can only be used twice by the parent and the child. And that's only if the child is old enough to work. So if the child is not old enough to work, only one person. Okay. Now, here's the issue. If you take care of the child and the child lives with the father 6 months of the year, and then the mama 6 months of the year, the IRS knows that that's almost virtually impossible to split it down the middle, okay? Somebody has 51% and somebody has 49% of the time. So whoever has that 51%, whoever has the child the most is the one that should claim, okay? Now, if y'all are in agreement, I would say, hey, whoever makes the most money should probably claim, so they pay the less taxes, okay? But that's depending on if y'all are agreeable or not. But two parents cannot file the same child. Do not try that. That is exactly why some people are getting into arguments with their boyfriends or their baby daddies, and y'all mad that you can't go back and file taxes because they already stole the number, okay? So I said this last week, and this for anyone that did not hear me. If you want to prevent someone from filing a child's social without your permission, then you need to put an ID pin on that child's social security number, okay? ID, pin, an ID, like an identification, and pin, P-I-N. The IRS website says that the online version is down, but you can request the form and fax it on in. Anybody need the fax number? I'll send it to you. Fax it in. That can block the number, so that when a person tries to submit taxes with that child's social, it'll ask for a 6-digit code. And if you don't have it, the taxes will not e-file. You can mail them in. They won't be processed, but you can't e-file them either. Okay? All right, let me move on. You're welcome, Starlight. Okay, Genteria, you know I'm gonna get you straight. All right, let me see what y'all saying. Over here real quick. Even if the disabled person, okay, we answered that. My child just moved out in July. Will I be able to claim? July is 7 months. That means 6 months that child was with you. So yes, ma'am, Lady Gemini, you can claim your child because they've been with you more than half of the year. They just moved out in July. Okay, so Genteria, that's what I was talking about. They got to be with you more than half of the year in order for the IRS to go with, where that residency purposes. Okay, so if they're not living with you, now mind you, I can't tell y'all if the IRS is going to come out and start inspecting. Okay, we don't know that. I have seen articles where they have come to people, but they usually don't come to us. They come to businesses. All right, so we just gonna play this by ear because we don't know what to expect going down the pipeline. All right, that's what I want y'all to be watchful of. All right, so can I claim my nephew even if he's not my child? Yes, Priscilla McKay. What y'all do not know is when it comes to claiming dependents, it's a long list. It is son, daughter, mother, father, cousin, no, not cousin, nephew, is it cousin? I don't want to say cousin. Nephew, niece. It's at least 10 options, at least 10, okay? And what I want to do, because I don't want to be wrong, Miss Priscilla McKay, my nephew, yes, you can do nephew. I'm thinking cousin. Cousins, no. Nephews and nieces, yes. You can't claim your nephew even though they are not your child, because what y'all need to do, all y'all need to do is look at the IRS publication for dependents. They will tell you, it's a lot of reasons. It's a lot of y'all are not claiming y'all full benefit because you don't know what the book says. Okay, even if you are married and now divorced, you can still claim your step parents. Okay, they love family, so you can claim your old mom-in-law and your old daddy-in-law. The IRS they allow you to do things like that. All right, so hey girl, thank you, I appreciate it. I don't know if y'all noticed, but this is my little background. This is not a green screen. I actually got green because I wanted to, I got tired of the blank wall and everything, and so I hope y'all like it. Thank y'all. But yes, okay. It says, what if you did not file your 2021 taxes? You need to, because IRS stated that too. At the very fine print on one of those bulletins that they sent out, they said, make sure your previous year's taxes have been filed. Now, I don't know why they're saying that yet, but probably because they don't want a backlog. They want you to get your previous taxes out of the way so that they can move forward with this year's. If you think about it, if you owe for 2021 and you're getting a refund in 2022, they're going to want their money. So they want to make sure your previous year's taxes are completed so that if you owe, they're getting their change. At the end of the day, all that matters is they want their coins, and you gonna need to pay them unless you have a way to lower your tax liability or to lower your taxes so you don't have to pay a lot of taxes on the income that you make. All right, those are your only two options. The website again for what? Tell me what the website. What website, Erica? Because I don't want to give y'all something wrong. If they meet the criteria for what is being called other dependent. That's right. Thank you, Big Mama. Okay, let me see. Can I claim my dad? He passed away in June 2022. Shortcake, my sincere condolences, but yes, you can. This is probably one of the biggest things. A lot of people, y'all leave a lot of money on the table when people pass away. I mean, I am surprised, okay? I'm going to tell you, Shortcake, when you go and you do the taxes for your dad, please let the individual know. If you need help, let me know. I'll do taxes too. You can let them know that you want to put in the form to claim a tax preparer's refund because they're deceased. There is another form that must be included in the tax paperwork. And it is a deceased tax refund claim. Now, if that is your dad and your dad did not leave a will, you are going to have to get the court to give you a letter saying that you have the right to be in charge of his estate. If he doesn't have a will or a trust, okay? If he does have a will or a trust, then whoever he named as the executor, they are the only individuals that can claim his refund, and you could submit or upload a copy of that trust or that will with his taxes so that it's all done at one time. Okay, and then they will issue you the refund, but it will go to the other person who was named as the person that can receive his refund. A lot of people don't want to deal with it because a lot of y'all are not leaving wills, not leaving. I mean, y'all look at Takeoff, and this is not anything, RIP to him, but we have to do better, y'all, with these. We got to do better. Okay, wills don't cost a lot. Okay, we need to be able to leave somebody in charge of something in the event you die. Period. Okay, and people are doing just that. Okay, so yes, you can claim a deceased person's taxes. You have up to 3 years to get it. Okay, so that's 19, 20. No, actually, it's going to be 20, 21, and 22. So if they die between, those last 3 years, you can get it. Miss Violet, yes, ma'am. It's only been a year ago. You can claim your parents' tax refund. So you got 3 years to get your money from the IRS, but the IRS has unlimited amount of time to get their money from you. Okay. Thank you, Gentoo. That's right. Y'all share this video. I appreciate that. Okay. What about child support arrears? If you have child support arrears, don't worry. January, as soon as January drop, I'm gonna be putting that 800 number out, and we are going to be calling the Treasury offset hotline to see if you owe. I would not call now because everything's not in yet. So if you have child support arrears and your state submitted the child support to the Treasury, the Department of Treasury, your tax refund will be taken. No question about it. They did stop to put it in for a student loan. So if you owe student loans, you will not have your tax refunds taken. They put that in to stop. Okay, so y'all are good because we're on the forbearance or the automatic forbearance. But other than that, everything else is a go. Child support definitely. Okay. Thank you. This is actually green. This ain't even no screen, but thank you, girl. I appreciate that. Okay, so you can't claim someone that's deceased. That also goes for a baby. Now I know this is probably a conversation a lot of y'all probably do not want to have, but if a child is born and is stillborn, as long as that child was issued a social security number, you are a parent and you, have a dependent at least for 1 year. Okay, the IRS changed that. So make sure y'all tell somebody, all right? Because people are. So if it was a miscarriage, that's different. You have to have actually physically birthed the child, okay? A lot of people don't issue the social security numbers because they were not born. But if you birthed the child, you should get a social security number so that you will be able to claim that child for benefits for the 1 year. Okay, and you would put in that child is deceased. Okay, as long as they were born, the IRS will pay you your earned income tax credit. Now I don't know about child tax credit, but I know they'll give you the earned income tax credit. Okay. Let's see. Let me see what you're saying. Linda says, what happens when you are splitting up from being a couple? If you are splitting up from being a couple, remember, IRS does not go about what you're doing now. This tax season for 2023 is going to be for this current year. So if you're splitting up, that means you live together this year. So if you were married in 2022 and you're splitting up towards the end, the IRS would expect you to at least file married filing joint. And I would say the reason you would want to is because it saves you more money. You get a larger return, okay, than doing head of household and married filing single. Okay, so if y'all two can agree to do married filing joint, I would still do married filing joint. And then starting for the 2023 year, we will be separate. Okay. If you want my advice, that's what I would do. You get more money while you got the chance. What's the first day to accept process e-file? They have not put that information out yet. All I'm going to say is regardless of the first day that you e-file, nobody's going to get a refund until people with children are not going to get it until after February 15th. Some of y'all that don't have kids, y'all may, slide through. But if you got 1099s, you got a Schedule C, any kind of businesses, forget it. Everybody's going to wait. The only people that are going to slide through and get their money early is just plain old single W-2 people. Everybody else will have to wait because the IRS system needs to verify that it has all your info. Okay, so don't rush. But when they do, they will put it out and let us know. They have not given us any of that yet because they're too busy trying to see what y'all got going on in y'all cash apps. All right. Thank you, Nate Venus. I appreciate that. Okay, so if y'all don't know, I'm gonna run it back really quick. The SBA says y'all don't have to make any payments. So if you haven't made any payments, cool. If you got the money and you can make a couple extra payments, I would, so that you pay less interest. If your student loans are in collections, just because we're on forbearance, that doesn't mean leave them in collections. This is the time to move them out of collections so that they can go back to your loan servicer so that they'll show up positive on your credit report. Another thing. Now, I'm gonna post it, but I'm just doing this because I wanted to, give myself a pat on the back. Now, I told y'all to do this borrower's defense. Okay, I've been telling y'all for how long to do this borrower's defense. And you know what? They had an article come out today that said 200,000 people have gotten their loans wiped off if they apply for the borrower's defense before June 2022. Now, I've been telling y'all this since June, a year before June, and I told y'all they do them in June and they do them in November, okay? That is when they seem to push out these borrower's defense forgiveness. If y'all haven't done it, please do it, okay? I'm blown at how many people I talk to and be like, girl, I need to. What you mean need? Just do it. If you are confused about the form, you get stuck with it, I can help you with it. I only charge $75. Do the form, send it back to you. You just mail it off and wait for your forgiveness. But there are 124 schools on the list, okay? If y'all haven't got the list, send me an email. I will send you the list, because some of y'all are just carrying debt for no reason at all. Okay. And it's not anybody's fault but your own, because the government's going to say you should have known. Okay. That's exactly what they're going to say. Okay. All right. So let me see what else you're saying here. All right. See, Big Moa says sometime in February 2023. Yeah. So we don't know when they're going to accept these returns. I think they're actually going to do it in January, not February. They're not going to issue the returns until about February, but I think they're going to definitely accept in January. And let's see. And then she says, if you're on good terms. Okay. It says, why does 17-year-old not qualify for child tax credit? Because to the IRS, once a child hits or is past 16, in their eyes, they are grown. It makes no sense, because a lot of them still live at home, but that is how it is. Now, they wanted to change it to 17. Okay. And if y'all notice, for child tax credit last year, individuals, did they give it? I'm trying to remember. Did they give it at 17? I think they did give it at 17 for child tax credit last year under the CARES Act. But now that that's gone, it's gone back to pre-COVID time. And they're basing these numbers off of 2019. And the IRS looks at 17 and 18-year-olds as adults, probably because they have the potential to earn more money. And I really don't get why 17. I really don't. 18, I can get. 17, I never understood that. But that's something that, y'all will have to go to y'all congressmen and senators to get them to get our IRS to change that, because that's a lot of money that parents are missing out on. And you have to take care of that child for the whole year and you get no money for it. It's weird. But so, and if you don't know, earned income tax credit, 3 kids only. Okay. 1, 2, 3 children. Child tax credit, unlimited amount of children you can claim. Okay. And then for the child independent care, it's going to be 2 or more. You got to have at least 2. All right. So you get 3 types of credits you're going to be able to claim on the taxes coming up. Some of y'all ain't going to want to do the child tax credit, because it's more money with the earned income tax credit. It's only about $1,000 more. It's not that much. So if y'all are thinking about giving your kids to somebody else to claim, I'm going to tell you, run those numbers on your own, because you may find that the split that you and that person are making ain't worth it. If you can get all the money, why give them any of it? You're only going to be short 1,000. Most of y'all selling y'all kids at $1,500, $3,000. So if you're only going to be short 1,000, file it on your own. I might file it on my own. Okay. I'm just saying. Miss Aura, the Borrower's Defense is a program that the Department of Education came up with about 5 years ago, but they've been keeping it on the hush, that you can apply for to get your loans, your student loans, dismissed as long as one of your schools are on the list, or if your school lied to you. Your school doesn't have to be on the list. You can also apply and say, hey, my school lied to me, they misled me, took all my money, and now I can't get no job. So there are some schools that haven't been captured, but there are a lot of them that have. So if most of you have been to the schools that are already on the list. So if that is you, you need to go and fill out that application and get those loans removed. Can you file without income and still get child tax credit, please? Hey, Patsy, well, let me tell y'all how to do it. So yes, you can file without income from a W-2. If you are a person and you want to get your earned income credit, your child tax credit, your dependent care credit, and you don't work, the best way to do that is to say that you have a business. Okay, now look. Now the IRS ain't gonna be mad at this, because you are giving them a couple dollars. All right. Now the minimum you have to file is $400 for self-employed. Okay. Y'all can put yourselves down for $400. Okay. Now a lot of y'all not even going to pay no taxes on that, because it's less than the standard deduction. I would do that versus giving my kids to somebody else. And that's what a lot of y'all do. And y'all don't even know that you can still get the money. Okay. You don't have to work a full job. Y'all may do hair at the house. Y'all may cook, y'all may sell plates out the house. Why y'all not counting that income and putting it down so that you have enough income to claim your own kids? So yes, you can. And again, I'll tell you, like I tell everybody else, run the numbers. Now, if y'all got a tax preparer that's willing to do a quote, cool. Run the numbers and see what you come back with. You don't always have to work. to, I mean, you don't always have to give the kids to somebody else. And I know that's why a lot of y'all are asking that, is because that's the main reason why people give their kids to other people, because they own assistance, they own disability, and they think, oh, well, I can't claim my kids. If you don't put down that you got $400, first of all, $400 is not gonna mess up your disability benefits, because your disability benefits, as long as you make less than the federal poverty line, which is about $14,000, y'all not gonna mess up your benefits. And putting $400 down is not gonna get you kicked out of Section 8. It's not gonna make you disqualified for food stamps or any of those other programs, and it's not gonna mess up your Social Security disability benefits. Okay, stop selling your kids to other people and run the numbers on your own, and you'll see that all that $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 can come to you, and you don't have to split 5 and 5 with somebody. Okay, crazy. All right. Okay. Ashley says, what if they already removed? What if they are already removed? Will they refund you? Ashley is talking about her student loans. That depends. If you paid off your loans within the last 2 years, you will be refunded for the money that you paid. If they were paid off a long time ago, you will not get anything, unfortunately. Now see, they keep switching this up. This is what I'm going to tell people to do. I would still fill out the application. There's another application that you can apply to get your money back if you made student loan payments to a school that closed down. There is an actual application for that. Another form they don't talk about. It is called the closed school loan discharge. Okay, I'm gonna type it here on Facebook and YouTube. Closed school loan discharge. All right, that is what it's called. Closed school loan discharge. In case somebody wants to type it on TikTok, that is the form you fill out to get the money back. They are not gonna automatically look. If I owed you money, would I come knock on your door and give it to you? Maybe I would. But how many people gonna come and knock on your door going, you left some money, you want it? No, they're not. So fill out the borrower's defense to get the loans removed. Then do the closed school loan discharge to get the money back. All they can do is tell you no. And the closed school loan discharge form is a 1 page. Okay, it's like 1.5 pages. So you can't beat that. All right. Anyway, I'm ignoring you, Jimmy. Okay, should I have a business license? No, you do not have to have a business license, because a lot of you can be sole proprietors or doing business as or fictitious name people. So no, when people sell plates out of their house or they're doing hair out of their house, a lot of them are not LLCs. Okay, a lot of them are just, I made up a name and that's what I created a Facebook business page and that's it. The IRS is okay with that. Okay, because some of us have a hobby and not an actual business. So for those people that I said claim your own kids and put $400 down, you have a hobby, not a business, because $400 you can't live off of. That's a hobby. That is why it's not going to ruin anything, because you are allowed to have a hobby. Now, remember, the IRS says you can have a hobby, but if you make $600 or more, they're going to take it. They want you to report. That is why I'm telling you to put $400 down. So they're not looking for, where did that 600 come from? Okay, just do it, 400. All right, Sandra. Hey, Sandra, I haven't seen you in a while. It says, I'm not claiming my son this year. He is out of school and I am self-employed. Will I get anything back since I'm not claiming him and he is out of school? It says, I'm not claiming my son this year and he is out of school and I'm self-employed. Okay, so Sandra, the only way that you will get anything back, okay, so you're not claiming your son, so you're not gonna get any of the child tax credit or anything like that. You will get earned income tax credit for yourself. It's probably like $500. But if you are self-employed, that means you did not pay any taxes. I'm gonna assume. And if you did not pay any taxes, then what's gonna happen is you're going to owe the IRS. I need y'all to really understand that. You cannot have it both ways. You can't work all year and ball out on 100% of your money and not think that they don't want their 30%. Yes, they do. Okay. And some of us, we're lower than 30%. Some of us are in the smaller tax bracket. But I always say 30% because it's a round number and it's easy. So for every dollar you get, the IRS wants 30 cents. So if you work, Miss Sandra, and you didn't pay any taxes, you will owe. So if your son moved out, you say your son is out of school. Since he's out of school, that doesn't mean anything. Does he live with you? If he lives with you, claim him as a dependent, and that will help you out quite a bit. Okay. I did your taxes last year. Just come to me again this year, and we'll work it out. But right now, if you're not claiming him, and you also you're not claiming him, and it's just you with self-employment, and you didn't pay taxes, you're gonna owe. All right. It says, can you file? Okay, I answered that. Let me see. What happens if I didn't use no Cash App for my business at all this year? Well, if you didn't use Cash App for your business at all this year, then what's supposed to happen is you are not supposed to receive a 1099K. I would say look for one anyway, because if you had a personal Cash App, you still may get one. But if you didn't use it for your business, you don't have to worry about claiming it as business income, but you may have used your personal, and they may have you listed as getting income on your personal. So Shay, if you got on your personal, they're going to be expecting you to claim that too. All right. Sandra says, okay. Ashley says, I use Cash App to collect my money for my business, and they already take taxes out. Do I have to file it? You are going to get a 1099K. I have never seen Cash App, and maybe so, I have not seen them take taxes out. Maybe you selected for it to do it. What's going to happen is you're going to receive that 1099K anyway. Even if they take taxes out, you will still be required to report it on your taxes. It's no different than your W-2. Your W-2 takes taxes out too, and you still have to report it. So yes, you will still have to report it. The only thing the IRS is doing when they make you file taxes is making sure your ass ain't lying. That is really it, because they already know how much money you make. The IRS can do your taxes at their desk. They don't need you. They only are letting you do it because they want to see if what you have matches what they have. That is all. So yes, if they take taxes out or not, Miss Ashley Nicole, you will have to still put it in on your paperwork. You're welcome, Sandra. Lisa, hey, it says my son is 17, will be 18 on New Year's. Can I claim him if he works? Yes. And let him claim himself too. Okay. Yes, he can claim himself and you can claim. So I would definitely do that. Y'all parents, y'all be letting these kids go off on their own, and y'all know good and well, y'all would rather that money come to your check than to them. So if you don't trust your child is going to do right with that money and they live with you, then you need to make sure that you are getting the earned income tax credit on your tax refund and not the child. Same thing with the American Education Credit. If you don't want them to get that $1,000 back, and you're the one who's making sure that their tuition is paid, you should get that $1,000 back in your account on your tax refund. Okay. Let me see what y'all saying. Patsy, mama. Oh, no, not me. Okay, make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna see what other, if y'all got anything else. I know it's almost 8 o'clock. Hey, sassy sweet treats. Miss you, girl. Love you. Okay. Close school on discharge. Thank you, Big Mama, for putting that down. How would I add $400 if I don't work when preparing the taxes? What if I had $0 in income? All right. Well, Yoda Lid, you said you had $0 in income, but we could talk about it. I'm telling you, if you want to be able to claim your children and not sell them, you are going to need to put $400 down in income. And if somebody who knows how to do taxes, they will easily know how to add $400 as income on a Schedule C, so that it generates that you made $400. That'll be your base income that allows you to continue to do the rest. You can't go and file taxes and claim children and not have anything down. So I would do the 400. If you don't know how to do it, Yoda Lid, someone else, just tell them put 400 for the earned income, not earned income, under the Schedule C income, so that you can claim your children. Okay. So you are not doing anything wrong, because the standard deduction, you're a single, you're head of household, you're a woman with children. That means you have to make at least $19,000 before they tax you. If you put 400 in, they're not going to tax you. You're just putting it there so that you have some income so that you can claim the children. That is it. All right. If you don't understand, please send me a message. I have no problem explaining it to you. Okay. Sandra says, I was going to claim him, but he's claiming himself. I don't want to mess his taxes up. Want to get less if I claim him too. And see, this is what I keep talking about. You claiming your child doesn't mess them up. It helps you, the parent, out. Y'all are so concerned about your children getting less money when you took care of them for the whole year. If your child lived with you, that means He is your dependent. The IRS said that, not me. Okay. Your son can file. Y'all, this is my third time saying that, and I don't care because I want y'all to get it. Children can file if they worked, but you took care of him too, which means you can file him also, Sandra. He just needs to file before you so that he can put in the system that somebody else is going to claim him, so that IRS knows to look out for his social security number again. If you only do it once, they're going to lock his social security number up and nobody else will be able to submit his number. So Sandra, you can add him, yes, and he can file himself. The only thing that will be taken from him is the earned income credit, which is like $500, and it goes to you, which you should get it anyway because you take care of him. Okay, $500 sounds like a lot at tax time, but it's not when you're paying that electric, water bill, rent, keeping the grass cut, keeping gas in the car insurance, car payment. I can keep going. Groceries, $500. Get your money back, Miss Sandra. Okay. Is your course an IRS certification? I can get you an IRS certification if you choose Starlight. IRS does not require you to have a certification to do taxes. You only have to have an IRS certification if you work for them. I have an IRS certification because I work for them to do taxes during the VITA time. But if you don't need to. It's completely up to you. They have other programs. They have the annual filing season program. There are people who don't do that at all. To be a tax preparer doesn't take anything but some knowledge of taxes. And most of the people that do your taxes don't even have that some knowledge. All right. And let me just be honest. A lot of them are just putting in data entry. They put your name from your W-2 onto the system. They don't know a damn thing about taxes, how to read you your tax return, how to amend your taxes, or even how to explain to you where to get your answers from. So if you can go to somebody and you comfortable with them not knowing what the hell they're talking about, then whatever happens in January next year is on you. Because I'm telling you now that the IRS is absolutely going to be doing this at everybody's tax refund. And if you let somebody talk you into rushing to file your taxes, or girl, don't worry, she don't know. No, you don't know. Okay. So because I know a lot of y'all take what I say and then y'all run back to y'all tax preparer and ask if I'm telling the truth. And if any of them say I'm not, please, I beg of you, please bring it back to me, because I love to debate. Okay, love to. And I'll show you where to find your answer. So do not get messed up out here and be owing the IRS $2,000 and $3,000 and $4,000, because what may happen is the IRS gonna be triggered from looking at your 22 return and gonna say, you know what? Let me go back and look at 21 and 19. Let me go back and look at 18. Okay, and then you mess around and you get a big letter saying you owe a whole lot of more money, and then you're gonna be real hurt because you went to somebody janky who set you up for failure. So please take care of your taxes just like it's your social security number. When somebody asks you for y'all social, don't y'all whisper 8732. If y'all can whisper your social security number and you are crazy protective over that, you should be just as protective over your tax refund and your paperwork. Okay. Now I'm gonna get off my soapbox and look at what y'all saying, because it's 8. How would I add $400? Okay, I got that. How long do you think it will take to get the borrower's defense discharge? You filled it out in August. I think you should wait until next June of 2023. I hate to say it, but I'm giving everybody 12 months because they're so behind. Okay, 200,000 people is not a lot of people when you have millions of people with student loans. So I'm gonna tell you 12 months. Absolutely. Where do you find the app? What app y'all keep talking about? I do not know what app y'all talking about. It says, I have one child, she's 22, take online classes. Can I claim her? Absolutely. She live in your house. Yeah, she a student. Yes. And if a child is in school, make sure y'all get the 1098, because a lot of y'all not even claiming y'all $1,000 for the American Education Credit, and you can get it up to 4 times. It's called freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. So if y'all not getting those $4,000 for your children going to school, and this is not to be claimed on the child's return, this should be claimed by the parents, because they made that income by y'all income. That those financial aid and those student loans, that came off of y'all. So those $1,000 that they get for those 4 years, y'all should be getting that. But y'all know why y'all don't get it? Because y'all don't want to mess up y'all child's taxes when they get their return, because y'all don't know that you can claim them and they can claim themselves. So look how much money y'all missing out on. Okay, and I done gave y'all at least $4,500 in this 1 hour phone call tonight. 4,000 from the 4 times you can get your 1,000 for the American Education Credit, and the 500 that you get every year for earned income tax credit. That's $2,000. I just gave y'all $6,000 tonight. 6. Brandy, I am gonna do a video on ERCs. Yes, I can do them. And if nobody knows what ERC is, that is employee retention credits. I'm going to tell you, if you're doing it, I'd rather us talk, because that is a hot button for the IRS. Okay. So if you are planning on doing your employee retention credit, trying to go back and get you some money because you didn't do everything because you had employees and blah, 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 please be mindful that they are looking. Now, if you on the BS, because I know people who are out there frying with those taxes and doing employee retention credit, some of y'all might slide through and some of y'all don't. But this is what I'm going to say. If you do decide to do it, because people are, please do not wait and do your employee retention credits way at the end of tax season and think the IRS is not going to be looking. If you're going to do it, you need to put that in with the rest of all the other millions of people getting their taxes so that it can slip through the crack and they don't pay attention. That's all I'm telling you, because too many people doing ERCs at the end of the year and you wonder why you never got your refund, because they done what everybody else's and they just got time to look at yours. Okay. How do you file 1099 delivery jobs to get the mileage credits allowed? Hey, Misha, depending on who you have. If you have Uber already gives you mileage. A lot of these companies already break out the mileage for you. So your tax preparer only has to look at your paperwork that you get. Because most of those Ubers, they don't give you like a regular 1099. It's a paper. Your mileage is on there. All they have to do is copy the mileage and put it onto the form or into the software. That is it. If you are not, if you work for a company that doesn't track your mileage, then you should track your mileage yourself. You can do it real cheap. Just turn on your iPhone. Use one of those apps like the exercise app, the one that tracks when you ride a bicycle. Use one of those. A mile is a mile, okay? So you can turn it on and it will log your exercise, and there you go. You got miles. Or you can go and pay for apps. Mile IQ. They have apps that track miles. Me, I'm cheap, and I feel like a tracker is a tracker is a tracker. So I will turn on my fitness. Y'all will think I'm in the best shape of my life, but it's not. I'm just using my mileage to track for these business miles, okay? So that is exactly what you guys should do as well. Tanisha, it's okay if you late, boo. This is up on Facebook, so it can be recorded, okay? So it's recorded, actually. You can rewind it and watch it. But thank you for being here. John Thompson, hello, what's the best place for a veteran on disability to get a loan from? There is no special loans for veterans at all with disability. Everything comes down to what your credit looks like, Mr. John Thompson. So if your credit ain't looking right, you're not going to be able to get a loan from anywhere. But if your credit is decent, I would tell you to go to a credit union, Navy Federal. I would, especially if you're a veteran, go to Navy Federal. I don't know. I shouldn't talk to should be no veterans here that does not have Navy Federal. And if you have veterans in your family, I don't know why you don't have Navy Federal, okay? And if you have Navy Federal and you want to sell your membership, please do so. People do it. $55, $60 to sell your membership to bring, or $100 to bring people in, okay? Just be mindful that when you bring somebody in the Navy Federal, if you bring somebody in that's reckless, that's going to mess up their account, Navy Federal going to be looking at you. So please, if you do your memberships and you sell them to people, make sure these are credible people, okay? Because it may come back on you. Yes, ma'am. Now, you can't sell them openly. Like, you can't go in Navy Federal and be like, yeah, I sold my membership. No. But people absolutely sell Navy Federal memberships because it is so hard to get into. So, yes, ma'am, you can. They do have a referral that you can refer people. It comes on people with accounts. They send them out so many years. They send you things, say, hey, you want to refer people? Here goes this code. Give them the code and they can join. People absolutely do sell them for $100 or better. Okay. Why? Because Navy Federal has the best loans, best credit cards, best everything. Okay, let's see. Did anybody clean your child? Let's see. I have 2 sons. Hold on, let me go back. Can I file taxes with my 18 to 19-year-old? They are in high school and still live with me. Yes, Lady Barbara, you can, and you absolutely should. Age does not matter. when if they live with you, if they're your dependent, do they work? Are they on disability? So you're 18, yes. You're 19, did they work? Sometimes, you know, about time we get to 18, it gets hard. Now, this is the thing about claiming those children at 18 and 19. If they're not in college, you don't get much. That's the thing, because after 17, well, after 16, the IRS doesn't really pay you much for them. So yes, you can claim them as a dependent so that you're put up in the head of household bracket for the standard deduction, but you don't have to. Okay, so you can, if they're in school, you can, if you want to be put from single and bumped up to head of household, or you don't have to at all. These questions should be answered by your tax preparer to figure out what's the best way for you. Okay, at the end of the day, it boils down to getting you the maximum you should get back, being able to get you a return that's going to cause nobody to be looking at you and asking you questions, and following the dang on rules. Okay, so you have your choice, Miss Lady Barbara. You got a couple options. Janet says, I have two sons live with me, 25 and 24. Can I claim them? Same thing for you. Are they in school? If they're not, do they work? If they work, let them claim themselves. Unless, see, 24 and 25 is old, okay? 24, they can still be in college. 25, they're probably not still in school. So if they're not still in school, it would be no benefit for you to claim them unless they're disabled. You know what I'm saying? There has to be some reason why someone that old would still be a dependent on your tax refund. Okay, that's what I would say. Because and the reason why is IRS is looking like, well, they 24 and 25, they should have a job by now. So that's what they're gonna say. Yeah, you can claim them, but they should have a job. So you don't have to because of their age. Okay, 760 Bibles debate between USA or never. John Thompson, if you got a 760, I would not go to USAA at all. Navy Federal would be the way to go. You can look at Navy Federal, and I will also tell you to look at Ally Bank, ALLY. They're a pretty decent bank too. But Navy Federal, of course, would be my first bet. Okay. Aaron says, I'm just watching your video about Shell Corporation. Open your channel to see that you're live. Hey, Aaron. Yes, ma'am. I am here. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you also subscribe. Okay. And thank you for showing up. All right. Let's look at that. Politicians are having a sale amount. I'm telling y'all, better sell them memberships. Look, we got to make it. Okay. It's hard. You got to make it. You got to find ways. Okay. And yes, Navy Federal gives you high limits. It says, if on payment plan for 2021 taxes, will IRS take the whole amount of 2022 refund? Yes, they will, Yoda Lid. There's no way you can change it. So if you, and like this is for everybody, if you owe taxes and you're on a payment plan, the IRS is coming for that 2022 tax refund. Why? Because they know it's going to take too long to get it from you if you do monthly payments. So they're going to take it in one whop. So be prepared. Okay. Where to get the borrow list application? This is what I want y'all to do. You can go to Google and type it in, but if you need it, just email me. I will send you the application. I'll send you the list of schools. Then you can determine if your school is on the list and if you want to apply. Y'all need to do it. Okay. I know, Dwight, it's 8:05. I know I'm about to go. I promise I'm about to go. Tashay says, if I have someone using one of my kids' social for about 3 years, which delayed my return, what can I do to stop this? Then you need to do the ID pin. Tashay, you can do the ID pin, and that will block them from claiming your child anymore. They will have to have a pin to get it. You will need to do that, and you're probably also going to need to, and let me just say this. If y'all don't want somebody to use the kids and you don't have a chance to do the ID pin, you're going to need to hurry up and file and e-file really quick so you can lock up that social security number. So when they try to do it, it won't go through. But you also need to update that address for that child, because now the IRS is going to be looking at, well, this person for the last 3 years been using this address and been staying with this person. And now they're using this address and now staying with this person. Well, who is who? And how did they claim it? Did they claim that that was their child? And now you're going to claim that that's your child? See, you got to pay attention to those things. Hopefully they put cousin or niece or something like that, because them saying it's their child and now you saying it's your child is going to cause problems. Aaron, I'm 17 for a few months now, so now can say to me, is there a way that I can learn about economics as a hobby from a library? Yes, if you want to learn about, Aaron, send me a message. I'll give you a couple books to read. Okay, you 17, so you just starting out, honey. You got a whole lot of stuff that you're gonna see, and you're gonna be like, damn, this is messed up. But that's okay. I don't mind busting your bubble and letting you know it's messed up. All right. So send me an email, shamikasaves@gmail. And thank you too, John. Happy holidays to you. All right, y'all. So let me see what else y'all said. Okay. I hope you guys have had y'all learned something today. I appreciate you guys for being here. I'm so glad and so happy to be back. Well, I'm trying to think. Will I see y'all before Christmas? I think so. I think I'll see y'all again before Christmas. If not, and I don't see any of you, I want to say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, and please look out for the fellow man. Be nice to each other. Ask somebody if you need help. And I mean, golly, there's so many things I can say to y'all, but I'm going to tell you, I will be back here every Monday at 7. Also, if you do not, please follow me on TikTok, follow me on YouTube. Like I said, I do tax classes if you want to start a tax business, or if you just want to learn how to do your own taxes. Now that I'm situated and got myself back up, I'll now start my classes again to teach y'all all the things that we used to do. So if there's nothing else, please send me an email. I will send you the borrower's defense list, application, and answer any questions that you may have. If you need a consultation, the link's in the bio. Okay? Happy Monday. See y'all again soon. Bye. See y'all.